Fill. This is good for filling in shit. Okay, now it's working on layer. Here you have refer only to editing layer, refer to other layers. Then it's like everything that it sees on the canvas. Close and fill. So it's like, wait. Yeah, it's basically to the layer on. I haven't played too much with it. Paint filled area. Yeah. I don't have too much use of it. It's like, maybe you'll find a use of it, but I tend to just use this one. And mostly as well this. And then paint bucket tool. Wait, alright, there. Paint bucket tool. Like that. That's what I tend to use. Mostly. Then you have gradients. These are fun. So, you can use with a lot of blend modes. And I find that really interesting to use a lot of blend modes with these. For example, if I want it there, I can use this one to get it just on her. I'll get over to this side later, but you have also with foreground and background. So this is my foreground and this is my background color right here. And by changing what my foreground and background color, I can make different type of gradients. You also have blue sky. Here you can change individual colors by choosing here. This kind of preset. Sunset, this one is a beautiful thing. That's a rainbow. And these, I don't have a use for it though, but maybe you'll find it. Gradient erase. It will erase things gradiently. Haven't used that too much either, to be honest. Manga gradient. What? I haven't used this either. Apparently, it's with the edges. Oh, I'm still a little bit confused though. Never used this kind of thing. Yeah, you'll find a use for it, I'm sure. So it's kind of nice. I tend to use foreground to transparent because it's easier to just block in the colors I want. Here are different figures, so lips, and here you can like change the rotation. So if you make it this way, you can change where it's going. If you try by holding down shift, you can make a perfect circle. And you have rectangle, you have curved lines. It's not visible, but like, yeah. And then you have continuous curve. Just push down. How do I escape it? Okay, I'm not used to using that one, so I can't really tell you too much. The polygon. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do. Here's like the comic type of thing. I've enjoyed using this for making this comic. I used a lot of wait. Actually, there's a lot of like the comic boxes. So how they work is that you take the comic box and it creates a folder. And in the folder you have the background and you have this. Basically it's a layer mask around so that nothing else. You can draw outside except for inside this place. But you don't need to, if you're gonna make comics, you can play around with it. I learned it all by myself. Just playing around with it, using the different options. Here you can just add layers upon layers, and you can also by holding down control and pushing on the edge, you can change the size. Here's changing the size of the thing. You can also use this when it's alone. It's quite handy. But I can show you what happens if you use the red part when you have a comic box next to each other. So here, these are quite good. This will snap just right next to the other box, but if you do this, it will find the line and snap to that, find the line and snap to that. It will snap into the outer corner. But the fun part about these is when you touch this part. Wait, why doesn't it work now? It used to work. Why? I'm so confused. Wait. Now it works. So you can change if it's gonna be tilted or not. I don't understand why it won't change that right now, because it did before. I don't know. But at least here you know you can change the corners. There's a lot of options. Now it's kind of fucked around, but yeah. There's a lot of tools you can play with. It's a lot of fun when you get to know how to do it. And then you have the rulers. So you have the linear ruler where if you use this, when you draw, you can only draw. Wait, what? Yeah. If you draw close to this, you'll automatically draw your line right here. Just on the ruler though. Just on the ruler. Quite handy indeed. I tend to like to use, it's a curved ruler where you can make this and it will just automatically follow the shape. It's basically like a guideline. It would only follow that. Then you figure ruler like this. If you get close, it will close enough. You'll like mark exactly where that marking was. Ruler pen. This one I think is so fun. Then you can just go around, just make that shape. Quite a fun tool actually. Especially I like to use this one because you can basically make like this, and now every line on the paper has to follow that line. So you just go into rage mode and make all these different lines. Could be quite handy if you're, for example, if with this character, she's supposed to have something like this, or making rain in the background. You'll find your uses for it. I've found a lot of uses for it. It's quite handy, if I say so myself. And then you also got the guide, and it works like, wait, how does it work? I haven't played with it though, so I don't know how it works. Sorry guys. Perspective ruler, that one is handy. Now I made a perspective and it's working fine. I'm on the background, I think. I'm on the background. It explains everything. I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. So here, for example, you will follow this line. You can go down. You can go with that line, or you can go this way. So building a box. Wait. It only works on this side now. Honestly, that ruler, I haven't used it too much. Can't really say I used it too much. I've used some other settings for making perspective builds. Symmetrical ruler. It's basically making everything symmetrical on both sides. Can be quite handy as well. If you're making kind of this character that, oh, she's gonna be so similar. Oh, shoot. There you go. Here. If I wanted her to have kind of this elegant mask over her nose, I could just use this. And it'll be symmetrical. Yeah, it says itself. Quite a handy tool. I haven't used it that much, to be honest, because asymmetry is natural. Next, we come to the toolbox. Now, I'm gonna tell you something real important. Okay, now it says 300. So, when you're writing with this, write a text, blah 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 blah. You press Control A for select all. You can change it to this type of text. Do whatever you want to do, but to make if you just continue writing like this, no matter how much you write, it will still go that way. So what I will show you is something I learned recently, because I kind of fucked up, is by pushing enter, you go down. Maybe this was kind of obvious for some people, but to me it wasn't. Because I was like, what if you push enter, then it would end the whole convo, but it won't. So it's quite nice. You can do it like that. You can make it stand in the middle. Wait, if you put select all, you stand in the middle on the right. You know it. There's a lot to do. You can also make it like that, so you write downwards. I tend to write that way. And then when you're done, you push that button. But listen up, guys. If you change the size of the box, you change also the size of the letters. Just so you know. Can be quite handy to know. Then just push that. You can re-enter it with the objects tool. Then you also have the talking bubbles. Can be quite fun. Haven't used them too much because I've only made one comic. Yeah, then you have, wait, if we make this, you can add a tail. Yeah. So yeah, you have your options here. I've made, what type of a thing have I made? I thought I changed its shape to spray and a square, and I made this. And then you got kind of this cool thing, and then you use the text tool. I don't understand why it continuously goes up there. And it's so freaking annoying. Just, oh shit, that's a little bit small. Wrote my text. Of course, made it fit. Like that. And done. Boom, you're done. Amazing. You got a talking bubble. And then you have these tools, which are used mostly for vectors. Now, vectors, how they work is on this side of Clip Studio Paint. Of course, oh yeah, maybe I should just go through. Here you have open, you clipboard, recent files, close, save. Remember to save as. Here's where export it to JPG or PNG. Here you can change preferences, and that's for, I usually do that for example with file. Here I took saving interval for restoration 5 minutes, because if you have like a PC like mine, it will shut down suddenly and you lose everything, and then you'll cry. It'll be so sad, and you just shortcut settings. This is smart. Now, sorry for being a little bit all over the place, but I have tips to show you. On view, I've chosen to have zoom in and zoom out to be Alt Z and Alt X, because I haven't found a good way. Of course, on your tablet, if you have shortcut settings, you can use those, but I like to have my hand on the Control Z, because then I can like go back. But with Alt Z and X, I can zoom in quickly, and it takes me like a blink of a second. Quite nice. Of course, you have Control Z, which is go back, and if you take Control Alt and push down on your tablet, you can change the size of your brush right there. So if, for example, oh, but my brush should be like that, instead of going in here and choosing thickness and blah 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 blah, you can just do it automatically there. Quite handy indeed. And now I'm going to go over this part. So here you have your view. And you get the navigator. You can change here, of course. You can also push down here and there. I don't use this navigator, so like quite useless. Here you have, oh, this one is cool. This one is cool. Let me show you. So, haha, this part easily for you have effects. There's for making an outline, border effect. Haven't played too much with it, but damn, it looks cool. And here you have, oh, I haven't played with one of these either. It looks so damn nice. Yeah, freaking love it. Then you have this grayscale, easy for if you want to learn more grayscale painting. Like, oh, that's how light it is, and that's how dark it is. Real nice. This one though, for example, if this was a sketch, and I wanted to line it, I could use this quickly, use a vector layer. I'm going to go through vector layers, don't stress about it, I'm going to show you, and then outline right away. Of course, now I'm gonna like this. It's like, you see, it's such a smart function. Never used it though, but it's smart. Here's color, grayscale, color, monochrome. Monochrome might be smart if you're, for example, if you import a picture and you want to see the most dramatic shadows and dramatic highlights. So, for example, painting this woman, I would have maybe used monochrome on a picture to see where the highlights for a reference picture.